Amy from the Lived and Loved service here at Finisterre. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a hole in your jumper. If you grab some wool that you have nearby or go down to the local shop, purchase some merino wool is best. Anything will do, and you can use any colour. You know, today I'm going to use a matching yarn, but we really celebrate the art of visible mending here at Finisterre. So yeah, be as colourful and as playful as you like. So you've got the area that you're going to darn. Make sure there's not too many loose fibres hanging off around it. And then grab your piece of wool, whatever colour you decided to go for. Cut off a length. It doesn't matter if it runs out in the middle of darning, because you can just cut another piece and restart from where you left off. You need to grab a darning needle. These can be found at haberdasheries, and thread the wool through your needle. If you're going to buy your own wool, you can, you know, sometimes it's nice to use like a thicker, depends on the sort of style that you want to go for. You can actually buy darning thread, which is a lot thinner, or I like using sort of this consistency of yarn. Tie a little knot at the end. And then basically all we're going to do is, if you imagine this as kind of a circle, we're going to start in one area, and we're just going to go up and down across the darn, across the hole in a zigzag fashion. And we're going to start to build a grid. That's the idea of the darn. So we're going through the hole, come out with enough space. So if you see the hole there, you've kind of got a nice area around it. That's not too close to the darn itself. And yeah, to begin with, we're just going to zigzag. So pull the yarn down, loop it underneath the jumper, and then go back to the other side and do the same. So go down underneath the jumper, up the other side, as close as possible to the other yarn. Make sure it's not pulled too tight, and then back down to the bottom again. And we'll loop it down underneath. And start to create a zigzag pattern all the way across the jumper. Keep going all the way across the jumper, making sure that, like I've just done there, making sure that you don't attach the wool to the bottom of the jumper. So I've just done that, so it's quite good to see. So I've attached it to the bottom of the jumper, so when I put my hand in, I can't get all the way through. So all you do in that instance, you can just take the needle, take the wool out of the needle, and then just unhook the last piece. Pull it back through. All the way out, and then that gives a clear way. I'm going to get my hand back in, re-thread the needle, and we'll continue. And this time we're going to feed the yarn back in the opposite direction, but we're going to loop it up and underneath each piece of yarn that's already there. So if we start in the corner we've just finished, we're going to go down underneath the wool, underneath the jumper, and we're going to come back up in between the two pieces of yarn that we made before. So as you can see, the yarn's going vertically and we're going to come up horizontally through those two pieces of yarn. And we're going to do that all the way across. So we're basically going to be going down and then back up, down and then back up, weaving our way through the vertical pieces that we've already put in place. So if the top stitch goes over the wool on the last piece, this time you're going to go down and underneath. So you're going to do opposite to what you've opposite to the piece of wool above it. Just make sure that the lines that you've weaved are pushed up so there's not too many gaps in between. You can go back and fill them in, which we might have a go at. But it's just, as you do it, just use your needle just to push up in between, making sure that it's nice and solid weave. And remember, there's no right or wrong way to really do this, as long as you kind of get the gist of the weave. And you have the vertical and then the horizontal weave that goes through. It doesn't matter really what, you know, the more you just do it, the more flow you get, but it doesn't have to be a certain neatness or a certain particular way. It's just about having a go, and just, you know, it feels really good to fix up your kit. You know, obviously your jumper you get a new jumper that you can wear, but also it feels good just to use your hands and have a go at fixing up things. Show you what we'll do if you run out. Say you've got to here and there's only like a tiny piece left that you haven't actually finished. You could just tuck it down underneath and find it inside. Put it through. And then we're just going to loop it off. So we'll just do a couple loops. 1, 2. And thread it back through the wool from the inside. So just go up and down, it doesn't matter how you do it really. And just pull it through, making sure that you haven't pulled it too tight. Okay, so we've re-threaded the yarn back through and we're just going to make a little loop. Here's the loop, and pull the needle through, keep that loop. And then we're just going to finish this piece of yarn off by bringing it back through the loop and pulling. That'll secure it in place, and then you can slip it off. So we haven't finished. We still need to rethread this piece, weave this piece. So we're just going to grab some more wool, cut another piece off, tie a knot at one end, and we can just go in through where we left off. And now we're going to just continue going up and over. Sometimes it gets bunched up a bit, but don't worry. Sometimes when you use the same colour matching yarn rather than a contrast, it sometimes gets a bit tricky to see which is the yarn which we're trying to go weave through and which is the actual jumper. But yeah, it works out, and then you can come to the end and then back down the other way, up and over. Right, so now we've got to the end, and I could finish there. However, when I look back over, there's some pieces which I've missed. So there's these two bits which are a little bit loose. You might find some other bits, and that can easily happen. You can either leave it like that and it'll be completely fine, or you can kind of go over the bits where you feel you could improve the weave. If you want to get back up to the top and then put some more weave into here, this area, then where you finished, where the wool ran out before, and now we're going to just continue going up and over. We've got a nice little solid darned area. You can push your needle back through. Grab it from the inside. Feed it, weave it in and out again, like I showed you before when we were finishing the yarn off. So it's nice and threaded back through, so it's nice securely in place. And then we can do a couple of stitches until we get a loop. Once we've threaded it back through, don't pull it all the way, so we've got that loop again. And then we're just going to bring the yarn over the top, feed it back through, and then pull it close. The hole's nicely fixed, and what I recommend is just a little extra to kind of finish it off, is using a tea towel, popping it over the area that you just darned, and using a fairly cool, medium cool iron, just to press it all out, so it just all joins nicely together. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, or turn on the notifications so that you don't miss another one. And any feedback, just comment below, that'd be great. If you try this at home, don't forget to share it on social using the hashtag #LivedandLoved. Thanks for watching.